This clip is the best way I can describe Lady in the Water.
What?
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to the Shyamalan Project, where I will be covering every M. Night Shyamalan movie I have yet to cover in honor of Knock at the Cabin coming this February. I've already covered everything from Praying with Anger up to The Village. Those reviews will be linked in the eye in the right-hand corner if you would like to check those out. But continuing apace, let us get into Lady in the Water. This starred Bryce Dallas Howard, Paul Giamatti, Bob Balaban, and others, and this was inspired by a story that Shyamalan would tell to his children. It tells the story of a building manager named Mr. Heap, played by Giamatti. Strange things begin happening at the apartment complex where he works. He discovers a woman named Story. I had to double check, that is in fact her name, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. And the series of events, well, it's... Sorry, y'all, I'm having a really hard time describing this right now. It's bad enough that I'm going through allergies right now, but it's even worse knowing the fact that I have to try and describe this plot to you, and I am failing miserably. But I just can't do it. On this project, I have tried to give Shyamalan a bit of a fair chance. I think that while, yes, he has made some bad movies, and we'll be getting to those very shortly, stay tuned. I like the guy. I have a lot of respect for the guy, and I like how he has done pretty much original works throughout his whole career, and I appreciate and respect that. However, just because something is original doesn't mean it is good. And that goes double for Lady in the Water because, oh boy, this is just a movie I don't even know how to go about talking about, but I'm going to try and do my best anyway. The reason Shyamalan made this movie was because, well, The Village didn't go over so well with critics and audiences, and so much so that Touchstone was basically like, sorry, it's not us, it's definitely you. We gotta move on. And Shyamalan was not too happy about it. And so, just based on everything I've researched, Lady in the Water is a bit of a revenge picture. Or I guess it's called a vanity project. I am not made of stone. There's actually some things that I did like about this one. Firstly, the score by James Newton Howard. I have no idea what Shyamalan pays James Newton Howard, but it is not nearly enough. The dude is mad talented, and his scores are way too good to be in movies such as these. But I'm grateful that they're there because they provide at least some level of ambiance of what Shyamalan is trying to do. I stress trying. And I think really that's just about it. This is just one of those movies that I don't hate. Like, it's not one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I just walk out of it with just so many questions. Like I said, this is definitely Shyamalan being his most vain. He has more of a role in this movie than he did in Signs, but while his role in Signs was very minimal, almost a glorified cameo, he is a very important part of this movie, and that is not a spoiler. And it feels very much like Shyamalan is lashing out at those who just didn't get The Village. And don't get me wrong, I understand what Shyamalan was trying to go for. I just don't think it was executed the best. I gave it a good rating. I didn't trash it, but like his response by making this movie, and especially some of the characters in this movie, just felt very weird. The biggest and the most notorious part of this movie is Bob Balaban, who plays a film and book critic. And probably the most replayed clip in the history of this movie is the one, and I'll play it if I can find it, but it's the one where Balaban says, or Balaban's character says, "There is no originality left in the world, Mr. Heap."
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
Paul Giamatti, a usually great actor, is given a stutter for some strange reason, and some of the things that this movie has him do is just bizarre. Bryce Dallas Howard is fine. I mean, she's a good actress, so she does the job she's asked of her. But yeah, it's incredibly weird. This just feels like Shyamalan just having like an idea. Just it all the movie almost feels like a shit post. If it almost feels like that. It almost feels like one elaborate troll against those who just said, "Yeah, The Visit, it's not great." The only logical explanation is that because Shyamalan's a very talented director, and it just seems like here I don't want to say he was just not caring, but I guess he was caring way too much, so much so that he eclipses caring and into not caring. It's a bit of a paradox. I gotta give this one a horror for many reasons. This movie's just plain weird. The score is good, and there are some moments where I'm like, okay, that was effective. But most of this movie was just bizarre. That's the best I can describe it. I mean, Jeffrey Wright is good at crossword puzzles, and that somehow makes him an interpreter. Oh no. This will be interesting, but what are your thoughts on Lady in the Water? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. And next week, we will be entering the Shyamalan Triangle of Terror, with Chapter 1 being 2008's The Happening. But if you liked this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.